Hi, everybody. I cannot tell you how honored I am to be invited here tonight to speak to all of you. And I have to ask for forgiveness because Paula Cole made me super emo. So I'm still, I agree with everything she said. And I have been thinking a lot since the inauguration about women and about volume. And I mean volume as in the dial from silent to screaming your head off. And one of the things that's amazing about a night like tonight is just the variety of kinds of music and the genres represented, and how important it is for us to network in the real world and not just on the internet, but in a room like this. And so many people I know right now, especially women and artists, and my friends who are trans, and especially my friends who have trans kids, are exhausted, and they are feeling like they're losing their voices. The act of singing is built into the human body. It's in our DNA. And human beings are not built to be silent. And human beings who are in pain are especially not supposed to be silent. And we're built, our bodies are built to scream when we're in pain for a reason, to alert everybody as to what is happening. And I want to tell a little story. I also want to shout out someone who came to support me tonight, one of my favorite male allies, Brian Viglione from the Dresden Dolls. After our second record came out and we were touring the world, I had to get vocal surgery for really horrible nodes. And we had been touring nonstop, and I had been overusing my voice from literally screaming on stage every night. And in order to recover completely, I couldn't speak or even whisper, a teeny whisper, for about 3 weeks. And a lot of my friends told me after the fact that they were very appreciative of the reprieve. But I've been thinking about this lately. I grew up listening to and worshiping women who screamed to be heard and to be accepted. And to me, back then, these women were like the real deal people, the authentic artists. And this was Courtney Love and Bikini Kill and Diamanda Galas, these women who were screaming on stage. And the theme was generally like, I will not let you dominate me. And it was often aimed at men. And because I wrote songs on piano and wasn't a guitarist in high school, a lot of my friends gave me Tori Amos CDs. But I couldn't bring myself to believe in her because she wasn't screaming. And I didn't trust it. And I loved her lyrics, but I couldn't accept her delivery because it made me nervous. And it took me until I was in my mid-20s to understand that she was just as powerful, if not more so, as the other women who were screaming at maximum volume. And I think artists, especially women, can be like two piano strings, like discordant piano strings that are almost completely in tune, but not quite. And that technically, like the nearness of these things, like the nearness of the tune without exact resonance creates this discord. So it's like she's kind of like me, but not me, and that makes me really uncomfortable. And now we have Phoebe Bridgers and Boy Genius and Billie Eilish and Sophia Izella, and even Taylor Swift is kind of going like quiet core. And they sometimes scream, but more often they're like, I will not let you dominate me. And it's actually, I think, kind of scarier to hear someone whisper that at you. And it reminds me of the serious mom voice that I've learned how to use with my son when you're like, stop that, can you tell that? And it doesn't work. And then you're like, stop and listen to me. And then your kid freaks out and is like, oh shit, it's like the serious mom coming at. And I think lowering your voice can be so powerful, and women are often afraid to do it because we feel we'll just get erased. And I've come to think that real freedom is not the freedom to be loud. It's the freedom to be heard at any volume. The same way that real freedom is not about the freedom to have babies. It's about the freedom to choose. And it's about the freedom to control your own gear. Because contrary to the belief of many club owners, we actually know how to use our own fucking gear. And it isn't about the style or the volume or the timbre or, don't kill me, like the auto-tune of the other woman. And it isn't about whether she's manicured or unshaved or glamorous or unfashionable. That's like complaining about the gift wrap. You let her sing, you let her whisper, or you let her scream, and you let her use a ukulele or do death metal or whatever, but you listen. Because it's about the story inside of her that comes in the song and needs to get out. And if a woman's voice is like her Shawshank pickaxe, you have to listen to the choice. You have to listen to her control over her own gear and her personal transmission. Because whether you like it or not doesn't matter as much as the fact that it's her choice, her song, and her way of using her voice. Because that may be her unique key to get out of wherever she is trapped. Or, to put this another way, do not criticize the fingernails of a woman who is clawing her way out of prison. And I wanted to thank Brian for being one of the best supportive bandmates and male allies for 25 years now in the Dresden Dolls. And I also want to shout out my love, Brendan Downey, who is going to be mixing my sound tonight, too. Someone who's been saving my life for the last couple of years and has been an unbelievable ally to me. And I also just want to thank, it's so nice to be in a room full of women who make gear and who actually amplify our voices, like someone from Shore and someone who does the technical work to make sure that our voices get heard, whether we're screaming or we're whispering. So to all of the people here who make stuff and work at companies and aren't musicians, from one musician, thank you for making it possible for us to do what we do. Thank you so much. And I want to thank the Women's International Music Network. Everyone that I have met who has been a part of putting this event on, has been kind and compassionate and helpful. And I just want to say once again that I'm really grateful and really honored to be here in this room with these incredible women. And I'm going to play you a song.